Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and we are here today, guys, doing a little bit of a softballin'. At least that's what I call it these days. We're softballin'. We're messing around with the softball. I've been playing a lot with the softball over on stream, so I, wanted to actually get a bit of a live commentary going with it and see if we could have some fun, see if we could get some good matches in. There's, of course, plenty of room for failure with the softball. Sometimes you have the best match ever, sometimes you have the worst match ever, and seeing as we've hopped into a match of Pilots vs. Pilots on Eden that has G2s already flying over the place, this could go kind of poorly, but we've got the Holo Pilot at our side because, as you guys know, this week is the Holo Pilot Challenge. So, I want to do what I can to rep the Holo Pilot and also use it to our advantage here. I think this is actually a great opportunity because all you really need, if you can get those good sticks in, is a little bit of extra time to get them long-range sticks when you're dropping your Holo Pilot, just like that. Oh, you gotta love it. I love the softball, guys. So much fun. A lot of people for a while are like, Tony, why don't you use more fun weapons? Just see you running around with the alternator all the time. And for me, the alternator was actually a journey of a lot of fun. It was a weapon that I wanted to really develop a certain level of mastery with. And I would say that on my good days, on my best days, I'm pretty wicked accurate with that thing. And I've gotten some amazing sprees with it. It's been a hell of a lot of fun to use in modes like Live Fire and Nitro CTF. So yeah, that was a lot of fun for me. And as someone who spent a lot of time early days with Titanfall 2, messing around with all the weird weapons, the softball and the EPG, and making SMR guides and L-Star videos back before it was as good as it is now, it was a lot of fun to break away from that. But I'm really happy to be back into the odd weapon goodness. I think right now just about every weapon in the game is pretty damn powerful when it comes to SMGs, rifles, even like the L-Star, the Spitfire's in a pretty good place. You really have to dive into the grenade launchers to put yourself at any sort of a excessive disadvantage. And even then in public play, unless you run into someone who's really, really good shots, you could still usually do enough to bamboozle them, to get around them, and to land those shots to get the kills. Just a matter of, making sure that you get the first to fire as much as you possibly can. That's obviously a big thing here. And also don't miss your first to fire shots because those juicy sticks are very important to success with the softball. There are certain maps that I think the softball can just be absolutely ballistic on, especially if you're a fast pilot who can spend a lot of time on the wall and, really make sure that they break line of sight with targets as often as possible so you can kind of come in from above, get them juicy sticks. I think we got a collateral on that somewhere, somehow. I don't actually know what just happened there, guys. There is a pilot turret somewhere that we need to deal with, though. Let's go ahead. It's getting juicy in here, guys. I'm gonna send out some holos and hope for the best here. Get some dekage going. We gotta watch that electric smoke, because that will be a very quick end of us. Let's see if we can deke this guy out. I'm gonna get Firestar behind us. Softball the front entrance, and there we go, man. Playing with the softball, in a lot of ways, is much like playing Quake or Quake Champions. Whatever Quake you wanna go ahead and reference. Trying to do rocket prediction and trying to figure out where your enemy is going to be in a duel is a lot about just firing off early warning, or not warning shots, but early shots, prediction shots, to see if you can land early damage and get those kills. There we go. We got the stick. Took us a couple shots there. And the softball's a lot like that. At least when I play it, I like to position myself in a way where I'm focused on getting the first to fire. And if that means blindly firing through a door and waiting for someone to walk on the shots because people are really aggressive, and not a lot of people are expecting a softball to be popping at their door, well, then that's a strategy that I'm 100% on board with, and that is also an absurd amount of fun. They've got a lot of guys out that way, though. We need to reposition and consider flanking around the backside again if we can. We don't have our stim goodness speed boost, so we're going to have to use good old-fashioned slide hopping to make our way around the back. Hopefully while surviving any treachery that we face along the way. Anyone who would stop us from our softballing endeavors. This gentleman with the stim right there. Gonna get that stick. Gonna holo, even though it's not really gonna help us there. We should have snapped back and did a quick reverse holo. Let's holo it out. That's all we got. We gotta wait for cooldown. I can hear the guy coming around. Definitely want to beat out the G2 or at least trade. We should have went back to cover and just kept popping, getting a couple rounds off here and there. What I want to start doing moving forward with some of these live commentaries, guys, is focus a little bit more on my personal strategy. I think for a lot of people maybe making their way into the game, seeing live commentary where we kind of just break down our strats, you know, a little bit more, it would definitely be beneficial to new players. It's one thing to have a guide where there's like an overlay, but to be able to say, here's why I'm doing this and that's what I'm doing, that's a pretty big deal. So expect me to go back to some of the more mainstream weapons throughout the next couple weeks. Probably one video a week will do, where we do sort of a live commentary using different strategies with different weapons. And we need to get out of here. This is actually pretty bad positioning for us. We should be flanking. There's no reason to ever stay in a chokehold like that. I mean, look, we've got 5 guys in there, and they're all positioned in the exact same location. There's really no reason for that. We also don't want to expose ourselves too much height-wise, especially with all these guys coming out of spawn. I'm going to go ahead and do exactly what I was saying. We're going to pummel that doorway. Guy coming out. We do have a backup here if necessary that we should be utilizing a little bit more. It's especially good to combo a pistol with softball damage. Sometimes you just get that splash damage on, which is super potent, you know. You're going to get somebody way down usually, even if you just get splashed with the softball. So there's no reason not to be ready to go all out. Unfortunately, bad positioning on our part. We might be able to get somebody if they step on the fire star. Looks like that's a no-go. That's actually, I mean, I love the Firestar. I think I've gotten comments at this point, Tony Mo only equips the Firestar, and that's just way too true, guys. I really do think this thing is just way too much fun. I've had way too many amazing, straight up just Firestar snipes with it. It is like my go-to ordnance. I wouldn't want anything else in my inventory when I had it on the battlefield. But it's great with a weapon like the softball, because we can do a lot to basically combo damage. So if we get like AoE hits, we're not getting direct hits with the softball, we can combo a Firestar, layer the damage on, switch to the pistol, you know, there's just plenty of opportunity to go for it if you don't make them juicy sticks. And I really like going for them juicy sticks. This is such a fun gun. I mean, look at that. We're sitting at 14-9. That's a score I can be happy with because I had a damn good sound while I was doing it. You know, I think the softball actually can teach you a lot as well. A lot of the Grenadier weapons can, about prediction and pre-firing and the value that has in a game like Titanfall 2 where the time to kill is relatively short. You know, getting first to fire really can do a lot to improve your survivability and just your overall kill rate on the battlefield. So there's a lot of reasons to use the softball, boosting your precision and your accuracy. There's a lot to do with knowing where your reticle is and knowing how to lead the softball that I think definitely translates to improved accuracy with other weapons, a lot of the hit scan stuff especially. So I can give you a lot of reasons to use the softball, and hopefully today's live commentary was one big one. A lot of fun moments in there. You know, I'm going to be looking out to do more live commentaries where I try and pump up a little bit more of my personal theory as I'm moving throughout the map. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? You know, I wouldn't say that I play at a top tier level, but I think my perspective can definitely help new players that are sitting way down low, that are struggling just to get even reasonable positioning. You know, they're dying a lot, they're not really breaking positive, and they're struggling to use a lot of the different weapons within the game. So keep an eye out for more of those. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to share any of your softball stories down in the comment section below. And as always, remember to play smart, remember to play to challenge yourself, but most importantly, remember to play for fun.